Go to the fancy food show in New York, and there was nothing that could hold a candle to this crumb cake. Ooh. This is the crumb cake from Jimmy the Baker, and oh yes, you're looking at the multi-berry, one of the 3 choices that you can get, or you can actually get it in a combo. I'm going to share with you that this opportunity sold out. If we could zoom on in, thank you. Sold out the last time that it was on air, and it's just now back in stock, and that each one of these muffins, actually crumb cakes, are 6.5 ounces. 6.5 ounces, Ooh. So over 1/4 pound, infinitely shareable. And you're letting us know whether or not you want to have one solo flavor or whether or not you want the combo. So do you want all 12 of these, full-on dozen, in that cinnamon? That's where it started. We'll talk to Jimmy the Baker in a moment. But this is a hot pick, and we brought the biggies. Do you want all 12 of them to be in that multi-berry? Or maybe you're like, I like something that's a little bit tart and bright, all 12 of them in the lemon. Or you do have the choice of getting 3 flavors, 4, 8, 12. So 4 of each one of these. They're individually wrapped at this price today, $3.71. For 6.5 ounces. Can you cut them in half? You absolutely can cut them in half. If you cut them in half, it's $1.85, and each person still gets 3.5 ounces. So how cool is that? So let me share with you 3.25 ounces. Let me share with you that you've got them individually wrapped, that they can be room temperature, or you can heat them up if you want to. It's M76006. That's your item number. Jimmy the Baker is is a fan favorite here. Whenever he's on, we're always super, super excited. But let's just go on into. I'm going to start actually with the original one, Alberti, because you know that you and I in the cinnamon. So vanilla pudding cake, right? That's where all the love starts. And I'm not sure. I don't have a utensil here.
I don't have a utensil.
You know what? But I think they're so used to us breaking these up.
With our hands.
Yes.
Because look at the streusel.
It's vanilla pudding
everything
cake.
On top. Oh my
gosh.
This is why we love Jimmy the Baker. And yes, when you get these home, they're shipped to you ambient. Put them right in the freezer. And then when you want to eat them, leave them on the counter for about 10 minutes or so. Throw them in the microwave for like 30 seconds. And you end up having literally the best breakfast, the best snack, the best dessert, the best everything, because look, all the cinnamon, all the flavor, and Jimmy is always so generous, like appropriately generous.
I think he's not appropriately generous.
With the topping.
I think he's over the top generous.
Well,
you know, like put the pedal to the metal in a great way.
But it's a good ratio.
Oh yes, it's fantastic. Oh, I'm just underscoring that he gives us everything. So Jimmy the Baker, the man himself, is here. You're looking at $3 and change for each one of these, individually wrapped. We're going to talk about the process, but really the flavor of each one of these is amazing. You cannot miss when you are, picking up any of these flavors. But there's the combo, and he never does the combo, or very rarely does a combo. So hi, Jimmy the Baker.
Hi, Jimmy.
That's the first time I ever heard my name with appropriate in the same sentence.
Right.
No one's ever said I was appropriate. Look at me. You want to hear a funny story? I thought I was on in 45 minutes.
We know you're late.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me.
You're late, Jimmy.
I was working.
He was baking.
I'm not kidding.
He was totally baking. So we do have for you the multi-berry and the cinnamon. Let's start with the cinnamon, can we?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So let's start with the cinnamon.
As you know, the cinnamon is a pudding cake.
Yep.
And it's not so much recipe as it is process. As you see there, there's layers. There's a layer of cake. Then there's a layer of what is the makings of our cinnamon roll filling.
Right.
Another layer of cake, and then all that crumb topping, that big, wonderful, and see that caramelized brown sugar filling on the side, which we'll talk about the bacon cup later. That is a big, fat piece of cake. We say 6.5 ounces, but really, I think it's more like 7.
Yeah.
And 2-3 servings out of there, man. And only, by the way, 10 seconds, I'd say, is probably just enough to get that caramelization of that sugar in the middle, and then the brown sugar topping to melt a little bit. That's just enough to do that. So, yeah, that's that's a good, delicious piece of cake, and the pudding cake gives you all that moisture.
That's a cinnamon one, and I'm eating, right? You can see my fingers, how moist it is. And it's warm, so this is just out of the microwave, a little bit of crumble. Check out, right, the ribbons of cinnamon and how generous, and I said over the top. I think you're over the top generous, which I love. I'm all for it.
Thank you.
Of that lovely crumb on top. Now, we've got over 1,000 of these ordered. Jimmy, I'm just going to let everybody know what the offer is because they are just flying out of here. 700 people are placing orders on the phone lines right now. You can go to QVC.com and drop it in your cart.
Yay.
So if you come on in, you can get all 12 of them in the lemon. We haven't shown you that one yet. You can get all 12 of them in the multi-berry or all 12 of them in that cinnamon. Or there is 4, 8, 12, a combo pack where you can get 4 of each of the flavors. Jimmy, I'm going to bounce to the multi-berry because I'm kind of obsessed.
Yes, please, you read my mind.
He's over here praying. If you come on in close here, I'm going to open up the multi-berry.
Please.
So let me tell you about this stuff because we got blueberry and we got strawberry.
And strawberry, yep.
And I want to talk about a process. See, you got a better shot than I could give you.
Of course.
See the fruit, see all the fruit in there? That is our blueberry, strawberry, jamish, fruit filling-ish, pie filling-ish. We make this kind of mash between blueberries and strawberries with a little bit of starch like you would a homemade pie filling. And we top it off quite literally with that white crumb streusel. You'll see it's not the dark brown stuff because we want the vanilla notes, we want the butter notes competing with that strawberry and blueberry kind of fighting their way through. That is, by the way, our sour cream coffee cake. And we use that particular coffee cake because it's nice and sturdy. See how it holds the fruit? It doesn't get all mealy. You know, that's why we found that when we used the pudding cake with the fruit, it got a little bit mealy after it traveled. So we wanted a stronger, slightly breadier cake that was strong, and that is just a.
It's more look how like big they cake. Are. I mean, it definitely is more like a cake. Like a cake. Look at the bottom. So the one that I was breaking was a little bit warm, Jimmy, and this is the one that it's holding together because it's not quite. We didn't put this one in the microwave, and you can see all of the topping. Can you break this in half? This is 6.5 ounces. Absolutely. Then you go to 3 1/4, and you're still, somebody's still getting a hugely generous piece. I'm going to bounce on over to the lemon, which I picked up earlier, I think. Here is the lemon. So, wow. Tell us about the lemon because it's equally beautiful, and it looks like it has a ribbon of cinnamon as well, Jimmy.
It does. And you know what? It was funny because it was a couple of years I kept getting requests for lemon crumb cake, which I thought, that's not going to work. Well, guess what? It reminds me of lady fingers, that yellowish, light yellow cake lady finger that you got. So I don't think they're even around anymore. And of course, I had to put our signature cinnamon in there and the white streusel on top. This is, you know, I don't want to say the cinnamon crumb cake is like more decadent, but this is like a lighter, kinder, gentler coffee cake that if you're not looking for something killer sweet, and you want something just, you know, just to top off your night or just after a meal, to cleanse your palate, there's enough lemon oil in there to give you plenty of lemon. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm so glad I listened to the QVC customer because I kept getting requests for lemon, and I just kept ignoring it because I said it's not going to work. And lo and behold, people love it.
You cannot ignore a QVC customer, Jimmy.
And look at this. Like, look at all, right? So maybe you've got people coming over for brunch and you're going to make a tower. You know, these are actually going to be coming home to you in time for July 4th, which, you know, we're going to be entertaining all day long. You want to have a selection, a wide array of treats and meats and everyday eats just so that it's fun. If it's a pool party, or if you're just entertaining, this with some like great cold milk or a wonderful tea or with our roar, you know, you want to put some whipped cream, whipped topping on it or ice cream. Here's the story. Woo, we started with 3,000. That combo, which is 4 of each, I have 500 remaining. The all lemon, 200 to go around. The 300 in the multi-berry and 100 in the cinnamon. And each one of these at this crazy price, I don't even know if I've ever seen it at this low price, $3.71. These all sold out the last day that we presented them. I'm so glad that they're back in stock, that we have them for you just in time for summer. You know, maybe you have somebody in your family who, like, they're a driver. In terms of, like, we love our delivery folks, right? So they drive professionally and they need to have something. You know, they leave early in the morning and they need to have something. You drop this in their lunchbox. Maybe you want to have this in the middle of the day, cut one in half, cup of tea as you're by your desk. You're still doing all those Zoom meetings with your parents. Whose parents? With your bosses. Maybe they are your parents, but you know what I mean. Alberti, come on in and share with me. Do you have a favorite?
Well, speaking about parents who are bosses, everybody knows my mom and dad are definitely my bosses.
100%.
But here's the thing that I love, Jimmy, is the fact that with these cakes, it's so easy to now like just go into the freezer and say like, oh, I got something quick and easy for breakfast, right? Or like somebody comes over and you're like, okay, well let me make you tea, let me make you coffee. Boom, you've got like the most perfect yummy dessert, right? And what I love about each one of them is that they're completely different. So if you are like they're all crumb cakes, but they're completely different in experience, in flavor, in texture. So if you get the combo, I mean, I know we're super limited on the combo.
Yeah.
But if you get the combo, you literally get 3 completely different experiences from Jimmy the Baker, one of our best-selling scratch bakers at QVC.
100%. Yeah. And Jimmy, I would love if you would kindly kind of give us a line on each because they're going so quickly. I just would love top line on cinnamon. You know, European cinnamon. Tell me what kind of cake.
Cinnamon is the pudding cake with the makings of our cinnamon roll filling in the center with the brown sugar streusel topping, New York style streusel, plenty of it. Layers and layers of pudding cake, cinnamon, and brown sugar streusel.
Yes, and then
nice and moist pudding cake.
And then we go into your berry. The berry is, you know, you made up a brand new kind of jam with a blueberry and a strawberry. Tell us what else is in here. Whoa.
Who in their right mind is making a pie filling from scratch? Right. We are. We're doing a combination of strawberry and blueberry, mixed in with a nice hearty sour cream coffee cake with a white crumb topping that just screams summer with the strawberries in it. Hint of vanilla that comes around and really like. That's the ice cream and cake.
That's the ice cream and cake one. And you know what? It's not like we see these all the time. Jimmy doesn't bring the mixed berry coffee cake, crumb cake very often in the fall, right? So this is like that limited edition. And the combo isn't something that Jimmy does of 3 flavors often either. So if you already know I'm a fan of Jimmy's and I kind of love everything that he does, get the combo. I never, very rarely see you give us 3 flavors as a combo option. And I'm so glad that you have, and lemon's included.
Yes, lemon, much like your top, I might say.
Thank you.
It's got look at that, the lemon crumb cake. You have like a lemon white and thing going on there. This is perfect, right? Look at that.
Yep.
As fresh as can be, light lemon, a little bit of cinnamon line running through it, that white crumb topping, vanilla, lemon, all kind of come together with that hearty sour cream coffee cake.
Right.
That's a end of the day, kids are in bed.
Yeah.
I need a shot
I've got
of
a
tea
book.
and
I
some
want
lemon.
a treat. I'm watching a Netflix something. I want a little something. Okay, so the combo is sold out. I have 100 remaining in each flavor, but these are going to go. So put them in your cart and do check out so that you get it. The item number that we're looking for is M76006. Jimmy the Baker. I'm so glad that you tried to miss our little meeting, our date today, but you weren't able. So I'm so glad you made it.
Are those strawberries on Bertie's shirt?
They're watermelons.
They're watermelons.
Jimmy. They're watermelons.
I'll have to come out with a watermelon crumb cake. I need a watermelon crumb cake.
Heavens. Do that, please.
We're driving up.
We're driving up to help you.
Yeah, we're driving up to the bakery. All right, listen. Stay on the lines for that because that is going to sell out. We are going to come right back, and right after this, you're going to see another food for thought, another favorite item, and another look at our today's special value. All right after this.